So Diana McDonald, I'm the Workforce Design and Change Manager for Coles Group. Having seen a little bit of the Earth to Mars work, I knew at a gut level that was the kind of approach I wanted to take. The co-creation, the human-centered design, it really seemed like a no-brainer to me to do this great partnership work and design some great approaches and artifacts that would really help us to do what we want to do. So Coles is very much a performance kind of business and a value impact kind of business. So if you can get traction and outcomes, that's kind of what matters. The written stuff that you and Andrew prepared in how I framed it and played it back to my stakeholders, we were able to talk about the outcomes and the value rather than the process. In working closely with the business, we were able to get them more aligned and owning their change rather than us doing it to them. So I think it was in talking about the so what rather than the what. I think what I really enjoyed working with alongside Andrew was that it wasn't just he was doing the work for us, he was doing the work with us. Whereas I think with some of the other factories, there's a lot more, they did the work and gave it to us rather than us actually building that internal capacity and capability ourselves. The way that the whole program is being run is new for Coles. So I guess there was a potential risk around, because this is new, let's do what we know. But I think we managed to kind of create a space where it was familiar enough and we could demonstrate value that in the scheme of this bigger program that was really challenging all sorts of stuff. And in how we do big programs like this, how we do change, that we could kind of go on the coattails of that and make sure that the way we're doing change is also different and that felt right and felt good and made the impact it needs to make. Rather than going back to a comfort zone space, we kind of made sure that we were in line more with the let's do this differently, let's be better, let's do this better going forward. That was a good outcome ultimately. What I've seen already so far is certainly the confidence level of me and my team, and doing the onboarding, the training work with the team. I've seen the level of confidence really go certainly much higher than it was when they all started. And the team are all coming from different levels of experience and differing levels of knowledge around change and Coles. So it really brought everyone up to a really great foundation. It also, in working with Andrew, built that team into a really strong team. People are talking about change differently. It's very much embedded in the processes, so scoping processes or design processes. We've got certain tools and certain conversations sort of embedded in all of that. And that tells me that Coles was ready to do change differently and do it better. Internally, I felt very alone, but I always knew Andrew was on the end of the phone or end of a Teams chat or an email if I needed. And I knew I had those moments in the week where he could talk me off a ledge or boost me up a little bit. But connection was really valuable to me personally. Andrew was able to both kind of meet us where we're at, but also challenge our thinking at the same time. So being able to continually challenge what's possible, I really valued that. And both the kind of process and outcome that we got, the change narrative, for example, was a fantastic example of doing that co-creation and collaboration was a beautiful moment for the team, and ultimately got a really good outcome in the change narrative itself, which we're now seeing used all over the place. And that kind of ability to challenge and push while meeting the business where it's at, meeting me where I'm at, and ultimately the team. The magic of working closely with a consultancy like yourselves. I don't think I ever got a sense that had an agenda other than being of service to us. So now the tables have turned and everyone's talking about change to the point now where the sort of one of the program leads this morning said, we're in this phase now of our first implementation. We're in adoption and embedding now. And it's not just up to Di and her team to do that work. We're all on the hook for change. And I'm like, holy shit. So for that kind of message to start to flow out, I think is fantastic. Or no one was kind of, not no one cared, but the focus wasn't on change at that point. The focus is now heavily on change. And to build this muscle and this continuous improvement mindset that we want to build, normalising change. And I think all the groundwork we've laid really helps to push us in that direction. I really valued the partnership that we created. I never felt like I was really alone. My thinking was challenged. We got more done in a shorter space of time, working in partnership, and to a higher quality. more done with higher quality. So I think Coles and I will be grateful for that forever. And I think it was also that ability that Andrew had to both, as I said earlier, sort of both meet us where we're at, use our tools, embed our tools in the work that we were doing, as well as bringing in this beautiful lens and different view of what change could be and how to do that, facilitate that conversation really well. Again, that partnership and collaboration piece was so valuable.